Well, this is the footage of the making of the single Do They Know It's Christmas by Band Aid 40 years ago. And this footage had been in storage for 40 years almost. Nobody knew it was there. Nobody knew what was in all the cans, over 300 cans. And I was sent down to look at some of it in the hope the Band Aid Trust thought I would say to them, oh, it's all rubbish, you can throw it in a skip and then you don't have to pay storage costs, because that's what they were most concerned about. When I saw what the footage was, I said, oh, no, this is amazing. We have to do something with it. No, they said, there's no market. Nobody's interested. So I said, well, at least let me get it digitized so that it doesn't disintegrate and become unusable. Oh, okay, we'll let you digitize it. Then I said, well, we have to do something with the audio as well, so we might as well get the audio digitized as well. Okay. And I said, well, it's no good if you don't marry the pictures to the sound, so you have to let me sync it up, because otherwise it's no use to anybody. So they said, oh, all right, if you insist. And then I said, well, having had it all sunk up, why don't we try and just put it into little sequences in an order so that it's usable if anybody's interested, otherwise it's just a jumble. Well, they got exasperated and they didn't really want me to do any more with the footage. By this time I was working with Filmfinity, and they were doing an amazing job of restoring the footage, which was not easy. It was all in bits in cans. No paperwork, no shot lists, nothing. Anyway, Bob Geldof came in to see what we were doing. And I thought he could have said at any point, okay, stop now. I don't want you to do this anymore. Stop, just go home. And it was a very tense day. And he came in and I knew that I was going to be able to finish the film when he asked if he could take a screenshot of Bono and Simon Le Bon being interviewed. He got out his phone, he took a screenshot, and he sent it by WhatsApp to Bono. And he was giggling like a schoolboy, and I suddenly thought, oh, this is going to be okay, because suddenly he remembered it, not in an unhappy way, but he was just like a kid, and he said, this is great, slapped me on the back, and they said, carry on. And then we finally got to finish the film.
Amazing.
Which I couldn't have done without the people at Filmfinity.
It's great, actually. It was great. I mean, I can tell that, I'm not the most technical person in Filmfinity. I represent the great team that did it, and Gilles said everything, and very well. What I can tell is that it was such an experience for me in particular, because I remember the Live Aid when I was at school, and having seen that growing slowly from nothing, because at the beginning nobody really thinks to believe in that, and slowly growing up, finding new material that never been seen. It was a great experience, and honestly, I would have been surprised that also that recognition would have been met tonight, but it actually was. So I'm truly grateful. Yeah.
I know, and it is really thrilling, and actually the award is for Filmfinity, because the care and expertise and skill that they had, I was completely out of my depth. I hadn't worked with film for 40 years, so I'd forgotten about set mag and quarter-inch tapes and audio, and I'd just forgotten about the different qualities of film and how to make it better and how to join it up, and just there were no clapperboards, there was no shot list, no paperwork. It was really hard for these guys. I had in my mind an idea of how the story would come together, but they actually had to do all the heavy lifting, and they were so generous. And I remember going in one day with my 8-month-old puppy, and they even pretended not to mind when the puppy chewed through a cable. They were so sweet and so supportive, and we'd just finished the film, do you remember? And then suddenly Bob Geldof, having seen it and loved it, phoned the BBC and said, you should be showing this on the BBC. So then suddenly BBC 4 wanted to show the film, and they sent the tech spec. And I said, oh, no, well, we can't do this. This is impossible. I don't even understand it. I don't even understand what they're asking for. And the people at Filmfinity said, no, it's fine. We can do that. It's fine. Don't worry. We'll take care of that. And suddenly it was turned into a film for broadcast for the BBC, which they didn't really deserve to have. But anyway.
It was the most rating music.
And then then it became the most rated music documentary on BBC 4 that year. But I mean, just by sheer luck, and well, my guardian angel has been working overtime, and I'm delighted by this award. I think it's the first one I've ever won.